So I'm Todd Sawicki, and I just until recently was the Chief Revenue Officer for Cheezburger. Cheezburger is the company that runs the website I Can Ask Cheezburger and Failblog, and which is a meme publishing platform. So I work with early stage startups. I joined Cheezburger when it was 9 people and 1 million users, and left when it was 25, and like to work with early stage companies, help them figure out how to make a business out of a crazy idea. My job at Cheezburger was to build up various revenue lines. So build up the advertising sales group, build up the merchandise business, and licensing. So my job was sort of to take the raw material of a popular website and turn it into something that turned into millions of dollars of annual revenue. So I'm in New Zealand. 1, I've never been to New Zealand, wanted to come. And 2, the reality is you like to explore new markets and see what the business opportunities are. And as a guy who helps companies figure out how to do business, always wondered, well, how do companies in New Zealand do business in places like America? So it's sort of that conversation. Geeks, we make jokes about smuggling things through customs when we're in customs lines. I wish we could do fun stuff like drink Cristal and what have you. But more, it's thinking of pranks, and today it's in search of good sushi. So New Zealand's interesting because unlike a lot of other places of similar size like Israel, which has a pretty well-developed startup ecosystem and has had big exits, and it's now a fairly substantial part of the employment picture in Israel. You look at New Zealand and go, why can't New Zealand do the same thing? Country of similar population. And New Zealand's interesting because it has a pretty well-developed economy, and what's just missing is this sort of little startup community. And I think what's missing for them is both an understanding of how did it work in the United States, how could it work here, and it'd be pretty cool to see what maybe would happen in the United States over the last 30 or 40 years replicate itself here, and maybe New Zealand in 10 or 20 years has the same sort of industry and the number of startups and employment and GDP implications for that. Dream big. I think one of the interesting things is, in hearing about the Kiwis are sort of self-effacing, and they're not very boastful. And I think the idea is to dream big and be willing to tell the world and take risks to achieve that.